Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ariel, and today we're going to be doing some exercises for joint health and mobility. So these are great to do in the morning or anytime really, to keep the joints moving, to help prevent injury. Let's get started. So today you're going to need a chair or somewhere to sit where you can sit up nice and tall. We'll start out in mountain pose. So we're going to roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift through the pelvis, start to lengthen through the back of the neck, pretending that there's a string going from the crown of the head up to the ceiling, and begin to breathe. As we breathe, we're going to look forward slightly, making sure that the second toe is pointing forward, the knees are pointing forward. You might have a little bit of space, 4 to 6 inches between the feet. And really rooting down, pressing into those feet. So we'll just begin at the top of the head, starting to move the neck from side to side on the inhales and exhales. When you go to the right again, linger here for a moment, taking a couple deep breaths. And then going over to the left, really breathing into this side. Coming back to center, look up, keeping length through the back of the neck. Taking a couple breaths here. And then bring the chin down towards the chest. Only going as deep as feels comfortable for you. Slowly bringing the head back up, we'll bring right ear down towards right shoulder. And then turn the chin, chin to right shoulder. Turn the ear back down and come back to center, going to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder, breathing. Bring that chin down to the shoulder. Bringing the ear back and coming back up. Shake the head to either side, nod, drop the hands down to the sides. We'll start to roll the shoulders forward, making big motions with the arms and shoulders. Moving forward, starting to warm up the back as we move the shoulder joints, then rolling backwards, bringing as much motion as possible here. Now we're going to go forward again, and if you want, you can start to do circles with the arms as well, or you can just do the rolling of the shoulders without bringing the arms into it. And backwards, adding circles with the arms. These can be as small or as large as you want. Great. job. We're going to lean over to the right, lifting the arm, or the hand can always rest on the waist if you'd like. Coming up, stretching over to the other side, or bringing the hand to the waist, whatever is more comfortable for you. Both hands come up, the gaze might lift, and exhale, bring the hands back down. We'll bring the arms forward, going up as high as feels comfortable for you, and exhale back down. From here, we're going to stretch the right arm up and back, left arm can grab the elbow. If this isn't working for you or you don't have a lot of shoulder mobility, you're welcome to skip this. Just lifting the chest as the hands stay down by the sides. Going to the opposite side, so lifting left elbow up and then bringing the right hand around to grab the elbow. Getting that stretch, or again, if this isn't working for the shoulders, you're welcome to just lift the chest and the gaze. And bring those arms back down. Great job. Shake it out. We're going to move into the elbows. So we'll just bring the hands out in front of us, palms facing up, and bring the hands to the shoulders. We'll do that a couple times. You can bring the elbows up if you want this to be a little bit more of an active exercise, or you can have the elbows down lower if that is what works for you. We want to get every single joint, every area that the body bends and folds. One more, and bring those hands back down. From here, we'll move into the wrists, so we're going to roll both the wrists in the same direction. Doesn't matter which direction you start in, we'll be going to both sides and move in the opposite direction. Popcorn the hands a couple times. Push the hands out as if you're saying stop. Bring the hands down so palms face in towards you, trying to keep the arms straight as you do this. One more time. Up and back down. Great job. From here, we're going to focus on the fingers. So if you look down at your hands, look over to the right, and starting with the pinky finger, we're going to lift the finger up gently, putting a little pressure into that area, but not causing any pain. So only come up as far as the finger allows, as far as is comfortable. Bring that pinky back down, moving on to the next finger. Relax, moving to the middle finger. Just slight pressure, bringing it back down, moving to the pointer finger. Breathing. And then the thumb, rather than going up, we're just going to pull it back in towards the body. Releasing that thumb, move to the other side. So starting with the pinky, we're going to lift it up, off the lap, off the leg, and set it back down. Moving to that ring finger, breathing, and letting it relax. Moving to the middle finger, and the pointer finger, and then finally to the thumb. We're not bringing it up, but back in towards the body. Relax those hands, maybe popcorn them a couple times, opening and closing the fingers. And now we're going to take the right hand and we're going to turn the palm in towards the body, and we're going to press the fingers down. So starting with the pinky finger, we're just going to press the finger in towards the palm. breathing. Bringing that ring finger in. Again, we're not putting too much pressure on the fingers here, just a slight pressure to give it a little bit of a stretch. Middle finger. Pointer finger. And then thumb, again, we're going to press out first, and then let's just bring it in towards the palm. We don't get as much of a stretch through the thumb as the other fingers here. Moving to the other side, starting with the pinky, we'll bring the pinky in and down. Ring finger, pressing it in towards the palm. Middle finger. Pointer finger, and then finally the thumb will press out first and then in towards the palm. Great job. Allow the hands to come back down. We'll move through a couple cat-cows here, so we'll start to arch the spine starting at the tailbone and working our way up to the upper back and shoulders. You might lift the chin and then exhale, starting from the tailbone. We're going to start to tuck in the pelvis, tuck in the spine, press down through the arms, round through the upper back. Inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. We're going to move through several of these, so feel free to go at your own pace. This is a joints exercise, but we're moving through every single part of our body where bones connect, bringing more energy and more motion into those areas so that we don't feel stiff. One more time, arching and rounding. Then come back up to center. Putting the hands on the waist, we're going to act as if our body is encased in 2 sheets of glass. So we're going to start to lean over to the right. You can drop the gaze down, have it looking forward, or look up. Holding here for a moment, breathing, and then coming back up. We'll go to the other side. So hands at the waist, or if you want, you're welcome to put one hand on your back and one hand on your rib cage. You can look down, forward, or up here. Coming back to center. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, let the hands drop down to the sides. Shake it out. We're going to do a twist here, so bringing the hands, right hand back and left hand forward. That's a slight twist. You might go a little bit deeper, putting both hands to the side of the leg, or you might put that right hand over the back of your chair and look back behind you for the deepest version of the twist. This is great for the spine, but also starts to get into the hips a little bit. And then release, moving to the other side. Left hand comes back, right hand comes forward. They might come to the sides. You might drape that left hand over the back of the chair for the deepest version of the stretch. You might bring your gaze back. We want to be turning from the shoulders, from the whole spine. And breathe. Relax and release that twist. Shake out the shoulders. From here, we'll move into the hips, bringing the hands to the waist. Now we want to be bending right at the waist and the hips. So almost drawing the pelvis forward as we move instead of bending at the rib cage. So keep the rib cage nice and tall. Lift up and forward with the hips. We're going to move to the right, move back, and to the left. So we're moving through some hip circles. Imagining the pelvis as a bowl, and we're just going in a circle within that bowl. Now, if for whatever reason this is painful or you don't have full range of motion through the hips, just do what you can. It's okay if you go further into one side than the other, or if you have smaller movements. Any movement that you're doing, unless a doctor's told you specifically not to do it, should be helping you. Just bringing movement into the body in general can be a really positive thing. We're going to come back up to center and then start going forward to the left, back to the right. Trying to keep those feet grounded as we move, trying to keep the chest lifted. Just going at your own pace, keeping the breath flowing. We'll do one more circle here. And come back up to center. We're going to do an adaptation of tree pose here. So to start out, let's step that left leg in. The right leg will either come with the bottom of the foot to the side of the left leg. It might cross over the left foot, or for the deepest version, you might flex at the ankle, bring that ankle right above the knee, and then drop the right knee out. So this is kind of a figure 4 pose, but also an adaptation of tree pose. From here, for a deeper stretch, there's a couple options. You can press into the leg above the knee. You don't want to be putting pressure directly on the knee joint while you stabilize this ankle. Another option would be to lean forward. That'll get a deeper stretch through the hip. Or if you want, you can just bring hands to heart center and stay upright. So find the version of the pose that works best for you. Breathe into it for a moment. Gaze can be down or forward, depending on which version of the pose you're taking here. And if your foot is on the ground, you're welcome to still lean forward or just sit upright. Coming back up wherever you are. If the leg is up above the knee, then you can bring that leg back down to the ground. Take a deep breath and exhale. Walk that right foot into the middle, left foot out slightly. The edge of bottom of the left foot will come to the side of the right foot. It might cross over if that's your version of the pose, or you might lift that leg up, flexing the foot. From here, you have a couple options. If the leg is down, you're welcome to lean forward or just stay upright. If the leg is up, you can stabilize that ankle and press just above the knee for a deeper version of the stretch. Another option would be to lean forward. That as well will give you a deeper version of the stretch. Wherever you are, allow the breath to continue flowing. Finding the stretch that's best for you, that your body is asking for today. And then slowly come back up. If your leg is up, you can drop it back down. Wherever you are, bring both feet back to the ground, rooting down. And we'll move into some acupressure knee movements. This is really great for the knee joint. We'll start on the right side. So you'll grab around the knee and start to lift it up off the ground. If you want, you can keep a foot on the ground if lifting the knee is not an option for you. And we're going to have the fingers underneath the leg and the thumbs above. So we're just going to massage around that knee joint as we swing the leg in and out. We still want to be sitting nice and tall here. And then once that knee joint is slightly warmed up, we'll bring the leg in front of us. And we'll pinch around the kneecap to bring some blood flow into the area, and then rub on either side to warm it up. When the knee joint is warm, we'll put one hand over the kneecap, one hand over that other hand, and just kind of roll the kneecap in one direction gently, and then back in the other direction. When you're ready, draw that knee back in. Take a moment to observe the difference between the knee you just did and the knee you haven't done yet. And then move over to the other side. You always have the option of keeping the leg down and just pulsing from a position where the foot is on the ground, or you can lift the knee up, sit up nice and tall, and start to pulse that leg in and out, massaging under the knee, massaging around the kneecap. After you've had a moment to massage the knee, set that leg slightly out in front of you, pinching around that kneecap to bring the blood flow into the area, rubbing either side for warmth. Then when you're ready, putting one hand over the kneecap and the other hand over that hand, and rolling the kneecap in one direction. It doesn't matter which direction you start in. And in the other direction. When you're ready, bring that knee back in. Take a moment to observe both knees. Take a couple of breaths here. Eyes can be opened or closed. On the next inhale, we'll open the eyes if they're closed and move into the ankles. Now, ankles are super important, especially since we carry all our weight on our feet. When I'm not warmed up, I notice a difference when I walk or run. So we're going to start to lift the heels up off the ground. Hold there for a moment, really pressing into the ball of the foot. And then exhale, slowly lower the heels back down. Inhale, we'll start to lift the toes, just the toes, and then exhale back down. On the inhale, heels. Hold for a breath or two. And exhale back down. Toes. And hold, and then let those toes come back down. Now we'll move on every breath, so inhale, heels come up, and exhale back down. Inhale, toes lift, exhale down. Take a few movements at your own pace, just bringing some life into those feet. Some warmth and energy into the ankles and toes. Now the next time you go up on the heels, stay there for a moment, and we're just going to rock gently side to side. There's not a whole lot of movement in the ankles from side to side, but we're just going to activate those little muscles that we don't often use. And then bring those heels back down. From here, we're going to step the feet in slightly, and we're going to start to walk the right foot back underneath the chair. pressing the toes into the ground, activating that thigh muscle and the calf muscle. And then if it's comfortable, you're welcome to bring the toenails down, pressing into the ground. So the bottom of the toes is facing up towards the chair and the toenails are pressing into the ground. If that's not comfortable, you're welcome to stay where you were before. This is just a deeper stretch for the top of the foot. Then bring that foot back out, flip the toenails up again, press down, and step the foot back out. Going to the other side. So left foot comes in, we're pressing the ball of the foot and the toes into the ground, activating those muscles through the leg. Breathing for a moment. Option for a stretch through the front of the foot, we can flip those toenails under so that they're pressing into the ground. Breathing wherever you are. And then if your toenails are flipped under, we'll flip them back up, press down for a moment longer, and bring that foot back out. Now from here, we're going to lift one ankle and just roll it in whichever direction you want. And then roll it in the other direction. We're going to lift the other foot up, roll it in one direction. And then roll in the other direction. If you want, I'm just going to slide back so that you can see my feet. We're going to lift both ankles. You might be further back in your chair to be able to do this. Rolling them in one direction and then the other. Then we're going to flex the toes and then point the toes. Flex and point a couple times. Bring the feet back down. Come back into your mountain pose. Allow the arms to relax down to either side. Shake it out. Shake the knees. Shake the arms. If there are any stretches that you feel like you need right now, go ahead and do those. Take a deep breath and exhale through the mouth. Great job. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.